Hey, this is a weekly vlog for the end of January. Oh my goodness, it's January 31st, 2025. 1 month in already of the year. It's been a hell of a year, hasn't it, thus far? I mean, good night. This video, I'm going to talk about 5 things I worried so much about when I was in my 20s. And now I'm 55, and quite frankly, I just don't give a damn. Number 1. How I dressed. I used to worry about, I need to get with the latest fashions. Years ago I was all into pantsuits and, big broad shoulders and all that good stuff. Didn't really wear too many dresses, but I was so worried, so focused on, I gotta dress, I gotta be in the current trend. And the thing about that, and my mom told me years ago, and she was right, the trends and fashions, they go in a circle. Something's in fashion now, then it goes out. Don't get rid of your stuff. Keep it, because it's going to be a circle. It's going to come back around and be back in fashion 10, 15 years. Case in point, carpenter pants, painter pants. That's what we used to call them way back when. Now they're in fashion again. So, yeah, now, as I sit here talking to you right now, family, I'm sitting here in my soft pants. And if you don't know what soft pants are, they're sweatpants, anything with elastic. The phrase, diamonds are a girl's best friend. No, elastic waist, that's the girl's best friend. So I really don't care how I dress now. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to be sloppy or slovenly, nothing like that. But sweats, t-shirt, maybe a sweater, I need to be comfortable. And I had so many shoes that little pinky toe, boy, them little pointy shoes would tear up my pinky toe. My goodness. Now there's no way in heck you can get me to wear any of that stuff. If the shoes hurt, I'm not wearing them. So that's number 1. Then I probably should have put this one number 1, maybe. I don't know. But getting married, having kids. Society had me so convinced that as a woman, that's what I was supposed to do. Fall in love, get married, have kids. Even my mom kept saying, when are you going to have kids? When are you going to give me some grandkids? Finally, I told her, the only grandkids you're going to get from me, they have 4 legs. I have cats, and I eventually, started getting dogs. Those are your grandbabies, Ma. Sorry, but it's not happening for me. I'm a firm believer that some people are meant to be married. They're meant to be a really great spouse to someone else, another great partner to somebody else. And they're also there's people that are meant to be parents. I'm neither one. I get tired of myself, let alone somebody else. So in society and people watching this family, it's okay to be single. There's nothing wrong with being single. It's nothing wrong with it. Repeat after me. It's okay to be single at any age. And when you're in your 50s, oh man, it's fantastic. You don't have to worry about anybody. And let's face it, as the saying goes here too, you don't just date the person, you're dating his or her family. And the person may be fine, but there's always 1 or 2 people in that family a little touched up here, right? So yeah, I made the right decision. And again, if you want to get married, you want to have kids, awesome. I wish you all the best and all the, the good luck with that. You do you. Me, I love being single. I've been in relationships, they didn't work. And I'm not putting all the blame on the guy, because it wasn't all his, work or failure to work that made the relationship fall. Relationship works 2 ways. I know I did my part too. So let's see. Number 3, making a high salary. I was so focused that success was about numbers, how much money you made. Because back in my day, that's what mattered. I have learned since then, because I never really started making really good money till, 25, maybe, late, I want to say like maybe 2010 or so, maybe something like that. So the last 10, 15 years, what I consider good money, to the point where I have maybe a little inch of a nest egg, little inch in savings in my bank account. Not much, because if a catastrophe came about, it would eat that up in a hot minute. So that's something I need to work on. But yeah, success for me now at 55 is not how much money I make. It's, am I healthy? Is my family okay? Are they healthy? That is success. Do I have a roof over my head? You know, there's so many people that are homeless. So my idea of success, totally different. It's not about money at all. It's about health and family. Okay, let's see. You know, I also worried about what career to do, to go into when I was in my 20s. I went to college and I thought I wanted to be a doctor, majored in chemistry. Didn't even go to medical school. I ended up going to law school. And before I went to law school, I started getting my master's in business administration. So yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd, I guess, on paper. You know, I have a degree, a bachelor's in chemistry, have a master's in business administration, and I have a Juris Doctorate. And I'm licensed to practice law in 2 states. Did you know that, family? I'm an attorney. Did you know that? I don't practice, though. Not as an attorney, but the job I do, it takes a lot of reasonings and looking up laws and that sort of thing, and statutes, rules, and regulations. So I'm like a quasi-attorney, I guess. And the reason I don't practice, clients would lie to me. And I was this is when I was in, my 20s, 30s, so focused on winning. I wanted to win every single case. I was so competitive. You can't do that when your clients don't tell you the truth. And they lie by omission, too. They don't tell you everything, or they just outright lie. So that's why I don't practice. And not all my clients were like that, don't get me wrong. Not all of them were like that, but only takes a few, and it just, for me anyway, and it just ruined me wanting to pursue being an attorney as my career. Now, I can't believe I'm going to say this, and if I was 20, now I totally agree with this. It's okay to not have a career. For me, I've had jobs. I've never really had a career. I envy people that love what they do for a living. I've never experienced that, and I never will. I have 5 years to retirement, and if I had my way, if my job offered me an early retirement, sayonara, hasta la vista, I'm out of here. Let's see, I worked retail. I used to work at JCPenney. I used to work at Kmart. I was a waitress at a Noble Roman's pizza joint in college. I'm trying to go through all my different jobs, because I think, if nothing else, I've had so many different jobs. Somewhere in my ancestry, I got some Jamaican in me, because, they're known for having all these jobs. Let's see, what else have I done? Gosh, I know there's others. Let me think. See, off the top of my head, it's hard for me to remember. Oh, I worked at a Kroger and a Meijer, supermarket. I was a clerk there at both of them. I was an adjunct professor at a local college, taught a writing course. I bow down to you college professors, teachers, period. That is a lot harder than it looks. And some of you guys make it look so easy. It's not. Oh my gosh. So I bow down to you. I'm not worthy. I'm trying to think, what else? I was a cashier, a couple places. So I've had gobs of jobs. Never consider myself to have had a career, but that's okay. Now, if you had told me this when I was in my 20s, I was like, oh no, I gotta have a career. That's what you're supposed to do. You go to college, you get a career. No, you get a job. For me anyway, I'm not talking about anybody else. I need to get a job so I can pay bills. And that's what I've done all my life. And when I look back, that's what I've done, and I'm okay with it. Because again, I got that little inch of a nest egg, a little savings, because I've had a job. So it's okay. Let's see. And I think number 5, the last one. I was so focused in my 20s. I wanted to get out on my own and move out of my mother's house. I wanted to be independent. Nobody told me. I mean, I knew in the back of my mind my mother was going to pass away, and more than likely before I did. Because that's the way it's supposed to be, right? Kids aren't supposed to die before their parents. So my mom passed away in 2013, and it's now 12 years later. And quite often my sister and I talk and we're like, man, if Mom was still alive and our father, we call him Pops, still alive, we'd all be living together and we'd be taking care of him, watching out for him. And my parents would know how successful we've all become. You know, my sister and my brother, I live with my siblings. I know they're up in heaven. I know they can see us. They can watch over us and watch us. But man, I wish they were here on earth to see it. To enjoy being taken care of. You know, they took care of us, they raised us, and it would be nice if we could have returned the favor, so to speak, to basically spoil them. They both grew up in the South. We're talking just past sharecropper times. You know, my parents were born in the 30s, 1930s, deep rural South. You can only imagine what it was like for black folks in deep rural South in the 30s, you know, so, wow, yeah, that's the big one. I wish my parents were still here. I wish I could spoil them and take care of them. That's the big one. And again, in my 20s, I just wanted to get the hell away from my mother and get out on my own. Youngsters, living on your own is no joke. If you can stay at home, save up a little money, help your parents out, because it's hard economic times, people. That's why my siblings and I live together. I don't think either one of us, the three of us, would make it on our own. We'd be living with somebody. So why not live with family? Wow. Well, family, what are the things you worried about in your 20s that now you're in your 40s or 50s and you don't worry about now? Because when you look back on them, don't they seem, well, stupid to have worried about them? If only you could go back and tell your 20-year-old self, you're going to be all right. You don't need to worry about A, B, C, D, E, all the way down to Z and probably beyond that. But that's called growing up. That's called evolving. That's called being an adult, right? That's my list. What's your list? If you don't want to share your full list, just what's one thing that you worried about when you were younger and now you don't give a rat's behind about it? Because I know I'm not the only one that feels this way about something in their life. Just curious. So let me know. Thanks for coming along in this weekly vlog. I enjoy spending a little time with you guys every Friday. I try to do them on Fridays. So until the next video, family, I appreciate you all. And I made it to over 1,000 subscribers. I forgot to say that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And all the best to you and yours. Bye for now.